Do we know what is the topic for today's workshop?
New rules, new roads
New rules, new roads. But ये new rules किसके है?
to India's education revolution. That's what I read in the topic. So,
Yeah, new policy,
This is the national
right?
education policy.
National education policy. कब आई थी ये policy किसी को पता है? आज, कल, 2 साल पहले, 4 साल
2020.
पहले?
2020 is what you have written.
2020.
It is from there
Yes,
it came.
yes. This education policy had come in 2020. So before we begin our discussion for today, and we understand why are we looking at this policy which has come in 2020, 5 saal ho gaye. Why do we want to discuss it right now in the field of career counseling? We'll understand that. Before that, I want to know, is anyone already a school teacher amongst us? Are they practicing? Are they aware of what is this NEP changes which are coming up?
Well, I'm not a teacher, but I have been affiliated with certain teachers in school and also conducting workshops. So, few things that the school had asked us to conduct was that they have made the vocational careers compulsory, like any vocational skill, they have made it compulsory from the school level itself. That in school itself, you need to teach students any one kind of a vocational skill. And of course, they have made counseling mandatory in every school, which has as of now not been applied in many of the schools, and I feel maximum of the schools. Also the vocational skill guidance is also not there, but these are a few things that I came across which the schools are asked to start.
Yes. Vocation, compulsory career counseling. Anything else anyone knows about this NEP 2020? That how is this going to impact us? Yes, Archana.
Here, basically, the focus is not just academics but multi skills, and as per the aptitude or inclination of the child can pursue the subjects. It won't be just the mainstream subjects which were earlier in our times, but now, along with academics, the child, if he has an inclination towards music or art, so they can choose those subjects also. And this
Yes.
can be done like by career counseling or aptitude test. It's made compulsory for nearly all the schools, but as she said, most of the schools have not yet started implementing it, but within a near future 1 or 2 years it will be made mandatory across India to have career
Yes.
counseling or aptitude test, and the child should be able to know which subject he can choose other than academics. And plus vocational and skill development is emphasized a lot in the national education policy, because rote learning and all those things are like they are debarred nowadays, and mostly the life skills are focused upon a lot in this new policy.
On the other end, I know of three states, Bihar, Gujarat, and one more, which has appointed vice chancellors for states' sports university. That's a new move where people are selected students for sports and they will pursue their standard career also. So in this university, sports take forefront and education on the back. So the whole fundamental concept is changing. In fact, my younger brother is the first vice chancellor of the university in Bihar, so I know it a little better. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good input. So from even I believe Ms. Rupa Keshav said skill-based learning is something that is going to be emphasized with NEP, right? Everything that we discussed about skill-based learning हो गया कि आपका vocation develop करना हो गया is something which is the highlight of the NEPs what we have gathered so far. First, I will establish the relevance why we are doing this, right? NEP 2020 is relevant for you because as career counselors, you need to know what are the broader systemic changes which are coming into place. Even though it is said as NEP 2020, उसको execution करने में अभी भी time लग रहा है. Executions are still happening. Some of it has happened, some of it is yet to happen, and some of it is still on draft. So we need to understand how much do we need to, bring about. We need to be mindful of the changes that are going to be coming up, and some of it, as discussed, are about emphasizing more on the skills and vocation, right? There is a lot more I will be discussing with you. So make sure you have something to write on because there's going to be a lot of things that I discuss and you may lose a track of every different governing body that I mentioned, right? So systemic level changes, bodies are also changing, and yes, a lot of things that we are going to discuss. Okay, so starting with today's session, do we know when was the first education policy released? This is the fourth education policy. Before this, three education policies were released. Any idea, anyone? When was the
I
first
think
and the
it was
second?
1969 or 65.
1968.
Okay.
1968. They started working on it during 64, 66, right? And it was implemented 1968 based on Kothari Commission. And they emphasized on the 10 plus 2 plus 3 structure education that we still follow today, right? At that point, the emphasis was that students should learn all the three languages of Hindi, English, and the regional language they are in, right? It stressed more like students should study sciences and there should also be a little bit of moral education, right? Centralized learning plan was their agenda at that point, and they wanted equal education opportunities for everyone. This was majorly, if I have to tell you, the agenda of 1968, the first national education policy that was given. The second national policy on education came out in 1986, introduced by Rajiv Gandhi government. Okay. Now, this wanted to meet the growing inequalities and it wanted to even support the rural talent. So that is what it focused on, right? It also focused on women education, a lot of social integration as well. It wanted to implement, and there from their end, they have started their focus on vocational education at secondary level. So this is an idea of vocational guidance which started at 1986, right? They started incorporating technology and media, and Doordarshan was also used as a medium to deliver lectures, right? After this was modified in 1992 under PV Narasimha Rao, right? They focused on different aspects. They wanted to decentralize, right, the education. They wanted to make it like a community participation. They wanted to encourage privatization as well. They wanted private sectors also to teach. They wanted SC, ST groups also to study. They wanted women education. And they emphasized more on teacher training and curricular reform. अब इसके बाद सब ठंडा पड़ गया in education. 1992 se till 2020, not a lot was done, no reform as such had come. Only the Right to Education Act, which was 2009, which had come up, which focused that 6 साल के बच्चे से लेके 14 साल के बच्चे को फ्री कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन होना चाहिए, right? That was the Right to Education Act in 2009. And after this, what has come up is the NEP 2020. Why NEP 2020? For sake of globalization, to narrow down the gap between skills and education and make a digital shift in today's era, right? We see a lot of education happens not in school nowadays, but also on laptops, on various courses, and on other social media platforms as well. So to promote this digital learning, NEP has incorporated a lot of changes. We will highlight few of the core things. So this July 2020, the new education policy was announced, right? And it is aimed to make our system very flexible, right? We'll discuss how they've ensured this. They've tried to make it more holistic, make it more multidisciplinary, skills based, and they are covering a more broader range as compared to just 10 plus 2 now. So that's majorly the agenda of NEP. But the three main changes, if I have to tell you, at a systemic level, what has happened while NEP has come up, is that the Ministry of Human Resource Development, HRD Ministry, has now been renamed to Ministry of Education. So, जिसको हम पहले Human Resources Development कहते थे, Ministry of Human Resources Development, HRD Ministry is now called the Ministry of Education. Now, the GDP investment, that's the second point, that is going to increase from 1.6% to 6%. So a lot of money is going to be invested in the new education policy, and they aim to increase the gross enrollment ratio of student by 50% by year 2035. ठीक है, मतलब 2035 आने तक अब तक जितने बच्चे enroll कर रहे थे colleges, schools में, they want to increase it by more 50%. So that is the main three areas that this NEP wants to bring out reform and has changed some things. If I have to tell you at a key feature level, everything now that the NEP has brought about, we're going to cover that one by one. Before that, I just want to check in. I have everyone with me. right? Just want to say you don't sleep because this is again a very theoretical thing that you're learning. But at the same time, it's very important for us, right? You have to be very mindful of when I say it is proposed.
I would like to add that
Yeah.
the new policy is aligning the country to the aim of 7 to 10% GDP growth per annum.
Hmm.
And we need more skilled people. And this
Yes.
policy, with the bigger enrollment, is also
Hmm.
huge opportunity for us to
Hmm.
be in business. So I'm just supporting you that it's not theory. It's very,
Hmm.
very encouraging to be.
Yes. The changes brought about here are at a very highly systemic level. So you see, this also enables foreign education for us, right? Easily that we had this issue before that हमारी degree 3 साल की हुआ करती थी. And now it is changed to 4. So what is it? What is it just 4-year degree? What is it? Different changes. How is it allowing us to easily transition at a global education level? I want to highlight all of that and I want you to be attentive throughout for that, okay? Beginning with the new school structure. So we know before the school structure was of 10 plus 2, है ना? But government used to take care of you from 10 plus 2 till you are studying from age 6, I believe. But now the new education policy says that the new structure is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, it's 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So how many years that would be?
15.
15 years, right? 15 years the government आपको दिखेगी आप क्या कर रहे हो, and they will also look after everything that you are learning. Why this 15 years? It is to match the developmental stages of a child. They have made it more and more relevant to how a child grows. So right from Anganwadi till your degree education, government is now looking at you. Okay, I will now break down the bifurcation for you. So the first 5 years of 3 to 8 years of age, जो आपका आंगनवाड़ी होता है, plus your primary school years of 1 and 2, right? They are clubbed together. और यहाँ पे ना अभी the main thing is the child is only going to learn through play. There's not going to be a lot of formal assessment. Exams नहीं है. तो पहले जो बच्चे रोते थे ना कि I don't want to go school, exam होती है. This does not happen now for at least the initial 5 years till the time they come up to their primary, right? That is their second year of primary, second grade. They don't have to give exams. That is called the foundational stage. Here, it is more discovery-based learning that they have to do. And the second
Ma'am, is
stage
it
is
till
the
class 5
preparedness
or
stage.
year 5?
No, it is 5 years
Sorry
clubbed
to interrupt.
together of Anganwadi and primary year. Primary education हम समझते हैं first to 5 years, right? Grade 1 to grade 5. तो उसके जो first 2 years है plus आपका
Yeah.
Anganwadi. That is combined year as 5 years. Your next stage is the preparatory stage, जहाँ पे now यहाँ पे exams शुरू हो जाएंगे, right? The focus is more on the child has to learn numbers. It is to increase their literacy. The learning should be fun, and they are going to emphasize something on their language. Now, what is this something on their language? During these years, if the child does not understand anything, they have to be taught in their regional language, in the language that the child understands. Right? If the child is from Mumbai, Maharashtra, so अगर उनको कोई भी चीज में doubt होती है, तो the teacher has to explain that in Marathi. It's not to say that the whole education will happen in Marathi, but wherever the child is facing a difficulty, might be there, the teacher has to clear it out in the child's regional language or mother tongue, because this has been studied over a lot of years, right? Okay, English is important, yes, at a global level, but these countries like Japan, China, they don't do that. They teach children in their own languages. What is their Mandarin, Japanese? They'll teach that because at a grasping level, at this age of 8 years to 11 years of age, the child has to enhance the grasping power, and that is better in their own mother tongue. So that is why this change is important, right? तो अगर जब भी आप 5th standard के बच्चे को अभी देखो, so it is not just about English that they have to learn. It is important that the concepts are clear at this age, with numbers, with the basics of education that they have to get. That is why the language emphasis is something which is new and introduced. Next stage is the middle stage, right? Classes 6 to 8, जहाँ पे बच्चा 11 to 14 years के एज का है. यहाँ पे उनको specific subject teachers दिए जाएंगे. और यहाँ पे जो हम vocation की बात कर रहे थे, right? Of the child having to learn different things, like coding will be introduced, or if they want to learn carpentry, they want to learn pottery, they want to become a chef, right? They want to learn how to cook. So all of this is allowed at this age. At an implementation, there are a lot of challenges that may come up, but what are they going to allow is 10 days at least the child can go and do it like an internship or a volunteering work wherein they are developing this vocation as well of their interest. Coding is something I believe is going to be taught compulsorily by the age of 6 standard. This also happens in China. That is why they know computers from a younger age very well. The next age group is of 9 to 12. 9 standard से लेके 12th standard, 10th का जो board, 12th का जो board आ जाता है, ये सब इधर आ जाता है. This is of secondary, right? The stage is called secondary, and the age groups are of 14 to 18. यहाँ पे they are going to make it more choice-based subjects. They are going to allow learning foreign languages as well. But something that India is not in good terms with China, so they are not allowing Mandarin. But apart from that, other foreign languages are allowed to learn at this age. Your subject selection is going to be starting to become more and more flexible. In 10th and 12th, they are going to be boards twice a year. Now, this state board and ICSE board is something they're struggling with. However, if I tell you about CBSE board, they are going to start doing this from next year itself. From 2025 to 2026, the academic year, this like as in this academic year, they're going to start taking board twice a year. And the marks of the best exam will be considered. Right? You appear for both the boards and they will only be considering जिसमें आपके best number आए. So that way, children का boards का जो pressure है, that will also reduce. I see two people speaking. Geetu, you were the first person I heard. Can you go ahead?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for allowing me. I just wanted to
Yes.
ask you that as my son is in grade 10 right now, 2025. So as you said that the two boards going to be happened. It's the board going to be happen in 2026. So he's supposed to give two board exams.
In which board is he?
I mean, he is in CBSE.
Is he in his 9th or 10th?
I mean, he is in 10th.
Yes. And what did the school inform you?
Yet now, school has informed that we will projected only one set of board.
Okay, so maybe that's the scenario for your son's school, because now understand every school is working at their own pace, right? Not every school has even the bandwidth to take 11th and 12th student in their school bracket, which is necessary now. So all of these changes are coming about, and they will reflect at your particular child's education level, depending upon how far are they able to adapt with the NEP. Yes, Mr. Amit.
Yeah, I guess the confusion is two boards. So I just wanted to clarify that it's not two board, it's an option that you can opt for appearing into the exam second time. It's not mandatory.
Yeah, it's
So,
not.
so
It is
it's not
you.
two boards. It's CBSE board, but earlier, like if you get less mark, you would have appeared in supplementary or another exam. But now CBSE in this policy is giving option that you can opt for the second exam as a whole. You can appear in all the papers, and based off the marks from each paper will be considered as final result.
Yes, exactly. But by two boards, I mean here the CBSE state board and that board is completely different here. But when I say board exam, it is allowed to take twice a year. Right? One general exam that happens for every student, and if they want to appear for the second board as well, they can do that. Yes, and if both the boards they are appearing for, the best of the exam will be considered.
Is it compulsory for students to appear for all the exams or is it optional?
No, it's optional. They can appear for one of the board or they can appear for both the boards. And first one happens maybe around February, March, and the second phase is expected to be happening around May.
Yeah. I want to ask whether he has to appear for all the subjects or he can opt for the subjects that he wants to attend, take the re-examination.
Okay, I'm not sure about is it allowed as subjects or the entire board, right? Because this is still being implemented. But yes, the first one is compulsory and the second one is optional that you can appear for it not. It's not mandatory.
The question still stands that in the second appearance, do I have to appear in all the subjects or can I choose the subjects where I feel I am lacking in the previous?
So this is something I'm not sure about, and this will get clarity only when this is actually implemented, right? The schools and how much they're able to exercise, I think then will be the best time to comment upon this. But I think Mr. Amit has to add something.
Yeah, the modality which has been announced as of now,
Hmm.
there are two things. You have to register for this exam, both exams, at the time of registering. So that option is when you are appearing. You have to register whether you want to appear in the second one or not. So basically, you have to make a fee payment for registration. So it's not an option after appearing into the first exam. You have to opt it before when you are registering for the main exam. And the second one, after that, it's optional. Even if you have registered, you are happy with your first exam marks, you may not appear in the exam. So depending on, it's not clear, there is no precise details given that whether if you are appearing, you are choosing the option to appear in the second exam, whether you can appear in one or all. It's not clarified, but it is assumed that you may opt for one, but that's my assumption. It's not clarified yet.
Exactly. So that is what I'm saying, that a lot of clarity will come more and more by the end of when CBSE actually starts implementing this, and eventually when State Board and ICSE will also be doing the same, right? State Board and ICSE will take a little longer, but CBSE has been able to catch up with this proposed changes with NEP. Moving on to other changes, right? At the preparatory level, right? They want to focus on foundational literacy and numeracy. For that, they aim to make sure that every child knows basic reading and maths by the age of third standard. Now, this is taken care of under the mission by Nipun Bharat Mission, right? National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. So, ये 2021 में launch हुआ था, and what I can do is I will share their website with you on the chat link, and you can check out how are they bringing out changes, what are their reports. They have every state wise report in terms of how are they able to maintain this mission, and how are they able to bring about these changes to exercise FLN, that is foundational literacy and numeracy. Okay, one link is the state-wise report, and the other one is about them. So you can go through that link as well. I will pin that for everyone. I will be posting a lot of links, so you can check them out after the session, or you can check them right now as well. Another change which is brought about by NEP is that no subjects are not stream focused any longer. You can pick subjects from different streams. You can pick two subjects from commerce, you can pick up physics, you can pick up something from arts, and this allows you a lot of flexibility and personalization in terms of what you want to learn. So there is no just up BA ho, up BCom ho, up BSc ho. You're just a graduate now, right? So that is that stream locked allowances is something that they are trying to open. If I have to tell you at an implementation, that this is still not fully exercised, right? It is expected to be implemented by 2026 and 2027, but this is still at a discussion level.
Yeah, can you just elaborate a bit about this part that you said, like, if you have done a BCom or a BA or something, so you're just a graduate. So, to my understanding, it means that after doing that, a specialized degree or a specialized thing has to be done, right?
No. Another thing about NEP is that the education is broken down to 4 years, right? You must have heard this.
Yeah, yeah.
If you do only first year, that's your certificate level.
Mhm.
So that will be called graduate certificate. If you do it 2 years, it's a diploma certificate. Third one is graduation degree. Fourth one is research or your honors graduate.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
that
got
way,
it.
you're allowed to do a 4-year program.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and the subjects remain flexible now. अभी वो BA, BCom, graduate नहीं, only graduate applies for it. There's going to be a lot of challenges in this as well, right? And at, you can imagine at infrastructure level and at staffing level, this is going to be difficult. But when it comes to learning level, for students, it's going to be really flexible that they can learn whatever they like, and it gives a lot of liberty to them. Vocational education, a next thing is to be started from class 6. Right, they aim to teach practical skills like coding, carpentry, gardening, pottery. They've not again informed us how they are going to do this at every school level. Not everything might be taught, but yes, students are encouraged to do a 10-day internship with their local artisans, entrepreneurs, जो भी दुकानें हैं उनके आजू बाजू कोई NGO है, so they will be promoted, they will be encouraged to do an internship starting from class 6. So this emphasizes more learning with vocation. Other one which I covered earlier as well is the teaching in mother tongue part, right? From class 5th to 8th as well, they have to be taught in the regional language or home language. English is not going away again, but if they have any doubts, they have to be cleared in their regional or home language. And another point becomes of multiple entry and exit point, as I covered right now. What it allows is that student earlier, if I did my 1 year of BCom, I left because of any reasons. Maybe let's say I had to earn for my family, I had to go back, I had to earn. I left my degree. So now I have to start all over again. Whatever I do, I have to start all over again. But this NEP allows me to have multiple exit and entry points. If I left at 1 year with my certificate, I can come back 4 years later also and I can say, I need to complete my further education. Let's say 2 years I did. Again, I took my degree, but I want to come back for my honors. I can still do that, right? So this allows a lot of flexibility in terms of students to learn. They can go and they can come back to their colleges. Right, and आप सोच रहे होगे कि how are they going to maintain record for this? So they have launched something called as Academic Bank of Credits. It is called the ABC account that every student has to make. Allow me to share that link with you. Nirali, this policy is applicable. Implementation is something that is still being worked upon.
Yeah, it's pending. So when it will start?
So it has started at some college level, as I said about CBSE, right?
Yeah.
Unhone twice a board is something that they're already they're starting with. Their proposed state board is keeping up with it. Colleges level maybe this 4 year degrees have been started. ABC account also, if you have children around you, you can ask them. उनको बोला जाता है कि एक ABC account अपना बनाओ. You will get an ABC ID, right? This will keep a track of all your credits. So you get credits for every course, every semester that you do. And this credits ensure that आपके कितने घंटे की पढ़ाई हुई है. Right? So there are fixed credits for everything. There is also a document issued for the same. I will be sharing that as well in some time. But before that, I will just tell you what is this ABC account. This is like a digital repository of your credits. आपके डिजीलॉकर से भी कनेक्टेड होता है ये एंड यू कैन रिडीम योर क्रेडिट्स राइट यू कैन accumulate them, you can transfer them from one university to the other. That मैंने यहाँ पे से ये डिग्री की थी, now I want to do my honors continuation 1 year, I want to transfer my credits. So government has all my credits in one place. I just need to transfer them to my college where I'm applying right. So this way, my education ka transfer becomes easy, and central government will have all the data.
My question here, the transferable within the credit, I understand will be transferable within affiliated universities. That's right?
Yeah.
So now, how would it work? Will I be able to use my credit as a student on with universities abroad? A, and will they be valid? B, my other question is, what about private universities? For example, right now I'm done with CBSE and all that. I've done my academic with some ABC college, let's say, and then can I transfer on to another private university or from a private to a government? So any idea about the rules? I'm sure it's still in a nascent stage.
At an initial stage. I'm not sure of how private colleges are working around this, but credits is something which is given for every semester. There is one credit allotted. This is a standard system of National Credit Framework that one credit is allotted for 30 learning hours that you give. So this is the basis on which they are supposed to be allowing the credits. But I believe even the private students will be added eventually to the ABC accounts. They'll also be given this because this is like easier for every institution to operate.
So it's similar to the US system, right?
Yeah, it is getting similar to their system. And yes, this ABC account, when you're going abroad, you can show this as well, right? That you have so many credits and you can maybe mention that in your SOPs and everything. So that also can give you an edge. But just that the government has to start reflecting these credits in students' accounts. I believe it is not yet reflected well.
Okay, and then so which also means that if I can, as a student, if I take extra subjects on and try to get my credit balance higher, like you can do in the
Yeah.
US. So even that should be possible, right? But again, I don't hold it on you because it's in the nasal stage. The policy is not there. Just trying to
Yeah.
understand. Thank you.
I've posted another link for National Credit Framework PDF, right? They've given a very comprehensive doc in terms of how the credit system and how is it working. So you can feel free to go through that. But understand again, all of this in that as well is still proposed and it is still being implemented. So don't be surprised if there are changes in terms of what is said and what is implemented. Right? At an implementation level, there can be differences. So students for this credit also they have to document their learning, right? Every school, every college will have certain eligible activities for crediting, right? Like your school play, your national level sports, tree plantation ho gaya, your yoga courses, or maybe you are tutoring your friends. All of this can also be counted for credits. It's just that you will have to document this properly. You'll have to show structured time and when you did it. Every information of it has to be documented and shown to your professors. Only then your credits will be reflecting. I believe for some colleges, they are giving out a small booklet wherein they have given columns and it's like a calendar where they have to mention things that they are doing consistently, be it learning something or they're getting involved in something. They'll have to document that and show that to their professors in order to the credit be crystallized and reflected in their ABC account. So note that the activity has to be approved by your institution's framework, right? It has to be valuable for your institution to give you credit. And participation alone won't be enough for you to be getting credits. Let's say you participate in this workshop, that workshop. That alone is not going to fetch you credit, right? You need to do some actual work, your overall progress, you need to learn something. If that is reflected in your learning, then definitely it aligns with your school's framework, then you will be given extra credit. Understand this extra credits are really important because now this helps differentiate same child who is in the 6th standard with other peers, right? Same child who is in 12th standard with other peers. What is my standing? I did more efforts. So this child gets more credit. So this way we can see which children are learning. Apart from this, colleges also promote Swayam courses, NPTEL courses, maybe sometimes even Coursera courses. You'll have to check with your college and schools that they're promoting that or not. But NPTEL and Swayam courses are definitely promoted. You can check out the Swayam website as well. It has courses for all the streams, right? You just have to enroll in that course. They rerun some of the courses and they start new courses time to time. So you just need to get enrolled in these courses and there is some 1,000 rupees fee if you want to give the exam. But if you just want to do the course and learn with the assignments and everything, that also can be done. There are different paces of these courses. Some are 1 month, some are maximum, I believe, is 3 to 4 months courses also are available. These YM courses are started by the IITs right? SWIM and NPTEL courses. So they are started by really credible people and they're teaching really good material. These videos are available on YouTube as well. So children can learn through that as well. They are very good courses for engineering, for science related fields majorly. I have personally gone through that Excel sheet that they used to share earlier. They have very good courses. Then your internships can also fetch you extra credits, your apprenticeship, your internship, your project work, your community engagement if you're doing any field assignments you're doing, right? Any bridge courses you're doing, or you're learning cross institutionally, that is, you're learning from some other institute, any course, that can also give you extra credits. Yes, Mr. Nitish.
Just wanted to ask, like, as trainers also, can we also be part of this credit system in anything? Like, in case we are imparting training somewhere, or will that also fetch us, or we are doing some community work consistently, repeatedly? So will that be also, we are entitled to get those credits or something?
No, this is purely for students.
Purely for students. And but if we become students somewhere, if we learn something new, will be entitled to?
Then definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
We are students only, no? Today we are students.
Yeah, but we are not getting any credits.
No. I'm just taking a lighter way.
I agree. Yes, absolutely. Good one, sir.
Yes, Ms. Pallavi, you say something?
Yes, I'd just like to elaborate on what Mr. Nitish said, and it just struck a chord. As a trainer, now even I'm a professional trainer for past 20 years, but is there any way we can get accredited or affiliated with these guys? For any student doing a training course with me, for example, you can get those credits the other way around. Yeah.
So majorly it is for a student initiative who are going to study right now, are studying right now and are going to study further. So that is where the transfer and getting of credits becomes relevant for them, right?
We are a little late actually, no? Little late.
We are a little
No,
late.
I'm not
Missed it
talking
by
about
few
me as a
years.
student. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
You're
have to
saying
clarify,
as a
not me as a student, not me as a student. I offer certain
okay.
courses. I own a training company myself. So I offer certain courses. So if a student undergoes those courses with me, can the student get those extra credits? Because if the Coursera is valid, then why not? Just saying. So how does one get affiliation if later on sometime we can go through this?
I'm not sure if they'll be, because see, this is at a private level that you're giving a course, right? I'm not sure how much they are going to be supportive of privatization here because they want everything to be streamlined by government. So I'm not sure how you can get your course credited. But once maybe this ABC thing comes fully to practice, maybe we can definitely raise a concern as a educator to government that if we are running courses, how can that also be maybe some sort of petition we can raise as trainers that how can we also give out credits to students. One thing is that these credits are given by institution. So that is where even Coursera or Swayam gets to do it, and ultimately all of these courses का credit the college body will give to student account. जैसे आप enroll करते हो, आप कहीं पे admission लेते हो, you take admission in Delhi, you have to make an account on the TU, right? If you take it through Mumbai, आपको मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी पे एक आपका profile होगा as a student.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
So
Got it.
that is where all of this is connected. So college transferred at that level. So that is where this may be difficult, but as educator, definitely I think this can be something we can raise as a petition. Coming to further discussion of new bodies which have come to place. First one being the National Research Foundation. This is brought to life by Anusadhan National Research Foundation Act 2023. Right? This is aiming to replace the SERB, which is the Science and Engineering Research Board. Isko hatake, they want to bring a main one board which is going to be funding research, that is National Research Foundation, NRF. This is happening at a massive scale. They have 50,000 crore rupees ka budget, and it is for students and even private sectors. They are hoping to fund their researches. So a massive budget is passed under this. Main function of this body is to grant fellowships for students. They want to support budding researchers. They want to link academia and industry. That is why they're aiming to make it a one body. And of course, they want to increase the quality of research that is happening, which is the aim to be gauged with this body. The second body which has come to picture is National Curriculum Framework. right? I believe I already shared the link for that, NCF. Now, this will take in charge updating syllabus and pedagogy. It integrates school, higher education, vocational education into one single credit-based system. और इसी के साथ आपका ABC account and ABC is linked. This draft was released in 2022, but this is still in implementation phase since 2023. The next education body we have is of Higher Education Commission of India, that is going to be HECI. Now, this is going to be one encompassing body which is going to have multiple verticals under it. Except for law and medicine, they have left it out. But apart from that, all the other streams will be covered under this body. And इसके अंदर there are चार verticals. The first vertical is National Higher Education Regulatory Council, right, for all the regulations and all the other work. Then there is National Accreditation Council, that is NAC, which is going to come to picture. We have NAC right now, and that is going to be replaced with NAC. The third vertical is of Higher Education Grants, which is for funding. And the fourth education vertical is of General Education Council, which is going to ensure the standards and learning outcomes for all the courses that are being released. General Education Council, GEC. All of these four verticals are under the Higher Education Commission of India, that is HECI. There are details of every body and their functioning, right? I'm mentioning few. You can take the liberty to research more and see how are they functioning, at what level they aim to bring changes. But you will see a lot of the changes are aimed on paper, and at an implementation level, there's a stark difference, and they've yet not the phases of things that are happening. So that is there. The fourth body which has come to picture is National Digital University. Right now, this is just aimed to make all of the university learning in one place, right? Online, affordable, and high quality education for all of us. And they use all the different infrastructures which are already existing by Swayam, Diksha. All of this is clubbed under, you can see that in EPM Vidya website as well, and National Digital University, this which is in development, that will also be linked. यहाँ पे what happens is all the courses, they are recorded, all of material is available, and you can learn online on the website itself, right? How these courses are being run by Coursera and other institutions as well. So that way, India also aims to make its National Digital University. The other body which has come to picture is Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. It's called PARAC for short. This is going to be a body to see what is the set standard for examination and evaluation. Because NEP makes to aims to make a holistic report card. अब ये report card में सिर्फ आपके marks भी नहीं रहेंगे, but your skills and other things will also be mentioned in this report card. Right? Your skills, your interest, your participation, all of that will be mentioned in this holistic report card, which is aimed. So that quality insurance is going to be under PARAC, that is Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. They aim to reduce the marks race, and they want to make it more education is more meaningful and more fairer evaluation of every child. They want to focus more on learning outcomes of every course as compared to just students rote learning whatever is being taught in the class. The last body which we have to discuss is MERU, Multidisciplinary Education and Research Universities. What are MERUs? This is not just one body. These are going to be all the universities which are going to be of very good education level, right? Like we have our IITs, and abroad we have these Ivy League colleges. We aim to club all our good colleges, improve their quality of education even more, and bring it under the multidisciplinary education and research universities, right? So that way, these universities will also have higher standing and more like they're better recognized, right? Their programs will be more multidisciplinary, more flexible, and they'll be well funded. That's the aim of Meru. And these are also going to be these public universities that they are going to make it more beautiful. They're going to make the structure of all these universities even more amazing, if I have to tell you in one line. And of course, all of these cross-disciplinary learning and research is something which is going to be definitely allowed in institutes which are under Meru. If I have to tell you other things which have come up, right, in NEP is skill development, as we have discussed. They emphasize a lot of internship, a lot of project work from middle school onwards, which used to happen earlier in graduation, masters. Till that point, student would have never gone and actually done some work. But NEP emphasizes that middle school से ही बच्चे को भेजो, let them learn and let them see at a ground root level what is happening. Another reform is technology in education, right? If, as I discussed, the digital university, Diksha, Swayam, e-Pathshala, all of these websites are aiming to make digital learning more and more possible. You can access to different portals through one login through PM e-Vidya. वहाँ पे आपको formal courses, extra courses, radio वाले courses भी जो है, अगर podcast वाले courses है, you will find their recordings as well. You will find Diksha as well. You will find Swayam e-Prabha, Swayam. Learning for teachers as well is also available on PM e-Vidya. They also account for students with specially able students. Their learning the sign language videos are also available. So PM e-Vidya also is one initiative that as educators we should be knowing. Last thing that you must be knowing is the Common University Entrance Test, that is the CUET exam, is going to be one central exam which is going to reduce dependence on board marks alone and is also going to take into account what is your CUT score for different admission at different levels. Now, these are all things that I have told you are proposed. If I have to tell you at an implementation level, then CUET is, yes, running since 2022. It is coming to picture, but parents and students are still adjusting and it's not there wide yet. Like it's there for other competitive exams, but it is still being implemented. Multiple entry exit point is something which is still rolling out slowly, right? It is not fully there. We need a lot of infrastructure for that. Digital push, which I spoke about for all of these Diksha, e-Pathshala, Swayam, is happening at a good level. There is still a divide in rural and urban area, but colleges, I have personally seen that they are promoting education on these websites, right? They're promoting students to take admission in Swayam and PTL programs, get themselves enrolled, and get extra credits apart from your education. Your 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 system is also something which is starting in some school and is yet to be started in some school, but full implementation is still being expected till 2026. Vocation education is pilots have started for that, right? Teachers are catching up, curriculum is being matched up to that. Understand that this is not just at maybe state level, this is happening at a national level. So teachers also have to undergo training. So that teacher training, the curriculum development and everything is something which takes time. But definitely these are proposed changes and a lot of this will be implemented by 2035. I assure you at least that much, right? At least in this 5 years, this much has started going and more will be implemented in the coming 10 years. Holistic report cards is also something which is started in CBSE. They are running pilots for it, but implementation is going to be varied nationwide level. That is majorly what is implemented. If I have to tell you other challenges, then funding is still not strong, right? They've ensured us 6% GDP will be invested, but it is still spending around approximately 3 to 4% of GDP on these reforms that have been promised. That is why these things are happening at a slower level. Apart from this, if I have to tell you, some teachers in rural areas, Anganwadi teachers, are still not paid properly. So I'm not sure how there also the scenario is going to look like, but definitely it is proposed. So we hope to see changes. Language barriers also is something which may come up, right? Teachers come up, they migrate, students migrate. So maybe every mother tongue teaching child in that is going to be something tricky to catch up with. Even the NEP states it's not mandatory, it is preferred, and that is why it is going to allow some flexibility there as well. There's a lot of shortage for teachers as well. They're going to increase their trainings. By 2030, your minimum BA degree needs to be of minimum 4 years. So that is going to be mandatory for you to be a teacher and practicing in school or colleges. Any doubts?
अगर हमें कोई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के बारे में डिटेल में जानकारी चाहिए थी तो उसके बारे में भी लिंक
You can actually simply just Google NEP 2020. There is a 66-page document that they have issued. Have I not already posted NEP 2020 document? This is the NEP 2020 document. You can read it comprehensively. Everything is mentioned.
और मेरा और एक सवाल था कि अगर सारा गवर्नमेंट टेक ओवर कर लेंगे तो बड़े बड़े प्राइवेट स्कूल्स का क्या होगा?
See, it is not majorly about government taking over. It is about making everything streamlined to more and more flexible. Private people will also have to adapt to what is the structure which is being proposed. It's not about just enroll into government schools and colleges. It is about how the education overall is happening in India.
Sorry, I missed the first part of the talk. So the IB schools, they are also included?
All schools are included, but they don't have to. They are already very flexible in terms of how they function. So really accounting for that. Majorly, if you see, you will see reforms in CBSE state and ICSE levels.
Okay.
What I will do is I will compile the things that I've covered. I personally made notes for this session. So I'll try to compile notes and all the links and some other good YouTube video links as well. And the link will be shared with you over email. And I'll see if it is possible to circulate on your WhatsApp groups as well.